Welcome everyone to this in-depth exploration of richer, wiser, happier, How the World's Greatest Investors Win in Markets and Life by William Green. This is part one of our four-part series where we'll uncover the key mindsets and principles that the world's top investors use to succeed, not just in markets, but in life. If you're serious about mastering your financial future, stick around. What you'll learn today goes far beyond tips or stock picks. This is about developing the mindset that creates lasting wealth and peace of mind. Let's begin. The real edge: temperament over intelligence. William Green starts the book with a powerful truth. The greatest investors aren't necessarily the smartest people in the room. Instead, they're the ones with the best temperament. What does that mean? It means staying calm when others panic. It means sticking to your plan when the market is volatile. It means thinking long-term, sometimes decades ahead, while others are focused on the next earnings report or the next hot stock. Buffett, Munger, Pabrai, Nick Sleep, and others all share this trait. They aren't chasing fads. They're quietly, patiently building wealth by mastering themselves first. As Green puts it, emotional control is the ultimate competitive edge in investing. True simplicity wins. Warren Buffett often says, "I don't look to jump over 7-foot bars. I look for 1-foot bars I can step over." In other words, great investors don't complicate things unnecessarily. They focus on businesses they understand. They avoid the temptation to be clever for the sake of it. This idea of simplicity runs through the book. Green shares how top investors strip away the noise. They don't try to predict macro trends. They don't spend hours watching financial news. Instead, they focus on a few core ideas and apply them consistently. Think about that for a moment. Are you overcomplicating your investing? Could you do better by focusing on what's simple, understandable, and durable? 3. Resilience through volatility. Markets are emotional machines. Prices move up and down based on fear and greed, and most people get caught up in that, buying high when they feel confident and selling low when they're scared. The world's best investors? They do the opposite. William Green highlights how people like Howard Marks, Buffett, and Munger expect volatility. They plan for it. They know that prices will fall, sometimes sharply, and they see that as opportunity, not danger. For you and me, this means asking, do I have the emotional resilience to stay invested when the market drops? Am I prepared mentally and financially to take advantage of downturns rather than panic? Humility, the underrated superpower. There's something striking about the greatest investors. Despite their success, they remain humble. They know they can't predict the future. They're quick to admit what they don't know. This humility keeps them safe. It stops them from making reckless bets. It helps them focus on risk management. Green points out that investors like Nick Sleep and Mohnish Pabrai openly borrow ideas from others. They don't let ego get in the way. They practice what Munger calls worldly wisdom, learning from as many sources as possible. For us, the lesson is clear. Stay humble. Be a constant learner. Don't let pride cost you money. 5. Long-term thinking and compounding. If there's one thing that separates the great investors, it's this. They think in decades, not days. Nick Sleep held Amazon and Costco for over a decade. Buffett held Coca-Cola for more than 30 years. Why? Because they understood the power of compounding. They knew that true wealth is built slowly, by owning great businesses and letting them grow. This is perhaps the hardest lesson for most investors. We want quick wins. We want excitement. But real investing success comes from patience, from letting time do the heavy lifting. 6. Tuning out the noise. Green describes how great investors intentionally limit distractions. They don't check stock prices constantly. They don't get emotional about market moves. They focus on their process, not the market's mood. This mental discipline protects them. It helps them make better decisions. Ask yourself, how can I reduce noise in my investing life? How can I focus on what really matters? Business quality, valuation, and staying the course. 7. Integrity and alignment. Finally, Green highlights something we don't talk about enough in investing: the importance of values. Great investors tend to be highly ethical. They think not just about making money, but about doing it the right way. They want to invest in businesses that do good. They want to treat their partners fairly, and they see wealth as a tool, not an end in itself, but a means to live a meaningful life. Takeaways from part 1. So let's summarize what we've covered in this first part. Checkmark. The greatest edge in investing is mastering your temperament. Simplicity beats complexity. Resilience through market volatility is key. Humility protects you from big mistakes. Long-term thinking and compounding are unstoppable forces. Tuning out noise sharpens your decisions. Integrity and values create lasting wealth, both financial and personal. What's next? In part 2 of this series, we'll explore specific lessons from Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, and Mohnish Pabrai. You'll see how these giants apply the principles we discussed today and how you can model their approaches in your own investing life. If you found value in this video, please like, subscribe, and comment below with your favorite takeaway. And check the description. I've included links to the book, investing tools I recommend, and other resources to help you grow your wealth wisely. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in part 2.